with danger.
We're not talking about me. We're talking about Cassie.
Not anymore. We're not, because as far as I'm concerned, the subject's closed.
Johnny, the subject is not closed, and it won't be until you tell my daughter to find herself another job.
Dorian, your daughter is not 6 years old. She can take care of herself. She has a right to make her own decisions. And it was her idea to take this job.
There must be at least 50 secretaries who are more qualified than she is. Why don't you hire one of them?
Because I like having someone around me that I feel comfortable with. I got it. This whole bull about danger is just a smokescreen, isn't it? The real fear that you have is of Cassie and I getting close to each other by working together. The bottom line is, you're jealous again.
Having you here and help me with the kids meant the world to me.
Oh, Asa.
Hey, don't expect me to hide my feelings, because that's impossible. They're too strong. You know, I could kick myself across Texas, but not realizing what a prize I had when we were married.
Sounds a little bit like I'm a possession.
No, you know, I didn't mean it that way. Sometimes I'm not as eloquent as I'd like to be, but my feelings are sincere and from the heart. Pam, come on, give us another chance.
Oh, come on, Ace. I told you. I really like being on my own. I'm going to concentrate every moment and time I have on this project of the Vernon Inn, and I haven't got time for romance or talking about what might have been. I'm not going to let anything get in my way until I finish this project.
Well, that's the way I would tackle it. I'm not going to quarrel with you if you feel that way. Anything I can do, my construction expertise or financial, I mean, if you need, you get short of funds, give me a call.
It is not necessary. To tell you the truth, I've gone over that budget so many times, I think I could tell you the cost right down to the penny.
But you do have some surplus in case you happen to run into a problem.
Well, I don't know. The renovation of the old wing and the construction of the new wing seems to be going right on schedule, right on budget. I don't think I'm going to need your financial expertise. No, Asa, this one I'm going to do on my own, huh?
Want to bet?
I want to use this space right below my studio. You don't know a good carpenter or have tape measure or will travel, do you?
Yeah, I do know one, but he's already got a job helping Mrs. Buchanan redo the Vernon Inn.
It looks like it's going to take quite a while, and I need to get started right away.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I can't help you.
Me too. But at least you're not rushing back to Texas.
Nothing to rush back to, except a failed ranch and a lot of painful memories.
I hope you find Landview a lot happier.
Yeah, well, it's starting to be a happier place already. Thanks again for the tape.
My pleasure.
Owen, I got a thing about guys who don't get the job done.
Yeah, well, then you got a problem with Cyrus.
No, I got a problem with you. While you're making time with the pretty lady, Cyrus asked you for some help, and you ignored him.
No.
Now, you're not getting paid to hang around here and work your cowboy charm.
Now, wait just a minute, Mr. Middleton. If Cyrus had asked me to help him, I would have helped him, but he never came. He never called me.
He did. So either you're deaf or stupid.
I think Cyrus is the one is stupid for making up these stories. Let's just go over and ask
Look,
him.
you're not going anywhere, but out that door and off this construction project, you're fired.
Wait, hold it now. Mrs. Buchanan hired me, and she fires me, not you.
Look, don't give me any lip, boy. This is my site. I run it, and you're off of this. Now pack up your gear and get out.
Oh, what more do you think we could have done?
Nothing. You and Judith knocked yourselves out trying to help Jamie. I know that. Charles, it's natural to blame yourself for his failures, but pardon my saying so, at some point you have to come to terms with the fact that Jamie did know the difference between right and wrong. He simply chose to go his own way and to hell with everybody else. I'm sorry about this.
I know you are. I know you are, and I appreciate that. When's Kate coming back home, you know?
Well, I'll find out for you.
Thanks, I'd appreciate that. Well, what about Jamie? I know Judith's gonna ask me, have they, how do you say that? Have they recovered his body?
No. I'm afraid there's a possibility they'll never find it.
It's a possibility they'll never look. Who the hell would care? sorry, Herb. Would you happen to know when Judith's getting back to town?
Well, her secretary expects her sometime today.
Oh. Well, can we keep this out of the media, do you think, at least until I've had time to tell her?
Well, Charles, I won't say anything, but you are an ambassador.
Well, I guess I better go home and inform Jamie's grandmother. Unless, of course, you'd like to do that for me. Not a task I'm looking forward to.
Herb.
Pete, come in.
Hey, your secretary was away from the desk.
Yeah, have a seat.
Boy, you look grim.
I'm feeling pretty grim.
Well, if it's about that plea bargaining case, I told your assistant district attorney.
What? Oh, no. I got the word your client isn't interested.
Of course he's not. He's innocent. I'm telling you, talk to that assistant DA of yours. We could save the state a lot of time, a lot of money.
But hold it. It's you I want to talk about, not your client.
Me? I can't think of a more boring topic at this particular time to discuss.
Well, as a matter of fact, it's quite interesting. I've been doing a little checking into your past, and you got a... What? No.
Herb, what right do you have digging into my past?
Oh, well, I'm the district attorney. That gives me all the rights I need.
No, it doesn't. So long, fella.
Pete. This is official business.
Jealous? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I mean, why would you even think such a thing unless perhaps there's some reason that I should be jealous?
I think I'm going to just chalk this whole thing up to your basically possessive nature and your overly active imagination. I don't think it would be too cool for me to be going after your daughter, Dorian.
John, sometimes people have feelings underneath the surface that they're not even aware of themselves.
I am aware of my feelings. Or maybe you forgot about last night. If last night was as good as I thought it was, why do you have these doubts now?
Because. I mean, you tried to hide Diane's diary from me.
Yeah. And I could have throttled Cassie for mentioning it to you.
Oh. So what is this going to be? Standard operating procedure from now on? You and Cassie keeping secrets from me?
Dorian, I was trying to protect you. Diane was sick. She wanted desperately to keep Cassie and me out of your life. Now, if you haven't realized that by now, it's about time that you do. I don't believe this. The girl's dead and she's still causing problems between us. Hello. Yes, Charles. What? When did that happen? Yeah. Charles, I'm sorry.
What's wrong?
Jamie was killed in Argentina. So was Tina Roberts.
So you gave Max the money to buy Don Alonzo's ranch, providing he get Tina out of the country.
Well, I was going to give him the money anyway. I mean, it's not as if I bought him off or anything.
But the idea of getting Tina out of Cord's life once and for all was what turned the tide for you, right?
Yes. Yes, it did. And when Tina found out that Max was going to be a wealthy landowner, that's what turned the tide for her. But when she agreed to go with Max to Buenos Aires, that's when I was convinced that she was lying about being pregnant. I mean, if she was going to have a baby, why didn't she stay here and fight for Cord?
When you found out the truth about her pregnancy, that's when you wanted me to stop Cord from going to find her. You were in quite a state about that. Now I know why. You knew that if he found her, he would discover that you were at least partly responsible for her leaving. Well, isn't that true?
Yes.
Tell me something, Maria. Did you go to Buenos Aires To keep Cord from finding Tina?
Oh, Clint, how can you say that? I went down there to help him find her. But before I could straighten things out, Dante wanted to kill Max, and instead he shot me. Well, maybe I was shot because that was God's way of punishing me. If I hadn't interfered, maybe Tina and our grandchild might be alive. I was only trying to protect our son, Clint. Maybe I should have died instead. I just can't bear the idea of you and Cord hating me.
What?
Drop out. You're definitely not the type that anyone would call a productive person, but something happened to turn you around. You applied to the police academy in San Francisco, and you graduated at the top of your class.
This little trip down memory lane, does it serve a purpose?
Well, it's quite a study in getting your act together.
Herb, a lot of people dropped out, and then they turned around and made something of their lives, okay?
Yeah, how many of them studied to be lawyers while they were walking a beat?
You did.
Night school, exams, the works. And then, a year after you passed the bar, you were working as an attorney for the department's legal staff, but they lost you to the Chicago PD, where you made more money, had more authority.
What is this? I mean, you sound like, is Dorian got This Is Your Life or something in Lambview? You're the host? Well, congratulations, but count me out.
No, Pete, look, I don't make a habit of delving into people's background unless I've got a pretty good reason.
Asa Buchanan. Has he been talking to you, spreading lies about me?
No, you're the one who's been fabricating. Well, you did keep your family in the dark about this, and I find that rather puzzling.
My life is nobody's business but mine.
I'm making it my business, Pete, because I need somebody with your talent and your experience.
My talent? My experience?
That's right. That is, if you're willing to consider getting back into law enforcement.
If you know so damn much about my past, then obviously you know about Gloria.
I know you loved her very much, Pete, and I know that you feel responsible for her death.
Damn right I'm responsible. I was very responsible, which is why I'm not going to put anybody else I know in that position, because I can't deal with it.
Wait, you don't have that kind of responsibility when you walk into a courtroom to defend a client?
Hell no. I don't defend anybody who's connected with the mob, with the syndicate. Now look, I'm going to make sure that anybody I love is not put in a position where they're going to be killed for revenge the way Gloria was.
Right, well, the job I want you to take carries a lot of responsibility with it, but I'm going to ask you to consider it anyway. We need a strong police commissioner, Pete. The mayor and I both think you're the man for the job.
No matter what I thought of Tina Maria, I sure as hell didn't want her to die. But I don't blame you for it. And I don't want you to blame yourself.
Thank you so much for understanding.
Well, I'm sure Cord will understand, too.
God, I wish I could believe that.
He may be a little upset with you for not being honest with him about Max and Tina, but he was not completely blind to Tina's faults. He didn't believe her either, you know.
But he's going to be so torn apart. I don't know if I can face him alone, Clint. I can't.
We'll face...
I can't do it.
I'll be right here with you.
Promise me you will?
Of course I will, I promise.
Bucky, I'm so grateful for your trust and your honesty, and I feel so safe with you here. There's no way that I could deal with it alone.
So we'll deal with it together. We'll deal with it together. You get some rest.
No. Do you have to go?
Yes, I want to call New York and break the news to Vicky.
Oh, God, poor Vicky. She's been through so much. I know how painful this is going to be for her.
Yes, well, she does have Tom.
Be gentle with her, Clint, please.
I will. I will. Meanwhile, I'll see you later.
Tina made an awful lot of mistakes in her time, but I think she really was trying to change. The baby might have helped, too, if only Cord had listened to her.
From what I know of the situation, Cord had reason not to believe her.
Maybe I could have helped if I just spent more time with her.
Come on. You're the only one in Landview to even give the girl the time of day. And you talked Cord into believing that what she said about the baby was the truth. You shouldn't have any regrets.
I don't know. It's funny, you know, no matter what kind of trouble she got into, she always managed to get herself out of it. Guess her luck finally wore out.
Yeah. I guess Jamie was responsible for a lot of people's luck running out.
I know you feel badly about it, but at least now the killing's going to stop.
Well, I'm not sure that'll be of much comfort to Judith. I just hope that when Charles breaks the news to her, he doesn't lace it with a lot of recrimination.
I don't know. You know, Judith, in a way, has a lot...
You know, she already feels bad enough about Keith Radcliffe's murder. There's no point in making her feel worse.
I know that. All I can say is I wish I had a brother like you to defend me.
Well, you have a boyfriend to protect and defend you. Will that do?
Yeah, I'll settle for that. Oh, Johnny. That little disagreement we just had, it was nothing. I'm not really suspicious of you and Cassie.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
I'm still not happy about her working for you, though. Really, I don't know what I would do if anything ever happened to her.
If you feel so strongly and you're so upset about that, why don't you talk to Cassie about your fears?
It would help a lot if you talked to her.
That's something that mother has to work out with daughter.
All right, I'll take your advice. I'll do exactly that.
Herb, there's got to be a dozen guys who would jump at an opportunity to be police commissioner.
You're the man, Pete.
Can't.
I won't accept that. Now, look, I understand your reluctance to get back into law enforcement.
Herb, there's too much damn pain associated with it. That's the reason I buried my past. I can't deal with it.
You've come a long way since then. Now, I wouldn't have offered you this job if I didn't think you could handle it.
I appreciate very much your confidence in me.
I'll make a deal with you. I'll take a maybe if you promise to seriously consider the job.
If I do, then it stays between us, all right? Now, you listen to me. Because if I turn this down, it's going to be for very personal reasons, and I don't want any friend or friends trying to make me second-guess my decision.
All right, okay. It's between you and me, and the mayor, but you'll have to deal with pressure from us. We've spent a lot of time on a commissioner's replacement, and you are by far the best choice.
So long, Herb.
You'll be hearing from me in 30 minutes. And again in 15.
What? What is this, some kind of a comic routine? I said I'd think about it, Herb. Please. I need a couple hours.
Couple hours? I'll see you around, Commissioner.
It is so, I don't know, exciting seeing everything come to life like this. I mean, it's going to look exactly like we wanted it to. Excuse me.
I hope so.
Oh, come on, don't laugh at me. I'm serious. This is wonderful. I mean, I don't think I've had an exciting time like this my whole entire life.
You know, you are, without a doubt, the most enthusiastic client I think I've ever worked with. It's refreshing.
Now, tell me the truth. I mean, don't you love to see your ideas and your plans all come to life like this?
Of course. The day I lose my enthusiasm, I'll give up being an architect.
What about the crown molding? We get enough of that to match the oil stuff, or are we going to have it milled?
Well, I found some that's pretty similar. Now, if you want us to mill it to match what's there exactly, it'll put you over budget.
I'll settle for a similar.
No, it'll look good.
Oh, hey! Hey! Put a smile on your face. I want you to meet Ariel Nyberg, the genius architect who designed the new wing. This is Steve Holden. He's the master carpenter.
Not anymore. Middleton fired me.
Wait a minute, he can't do that. I'm the one that hired you.
Well, he says he can.
Is there a problem, Mrs. Buchanan?
Yes, Mr. Middleton, I'd like an explanation. Steve said you just fired him.
Now, this guy belongs back out on the range, not on my crew. He's lazy and he's got an attitude. Now, I have to be responsible for hiring my own men, or I can't guarantee the quality control.
Quality control? You call using the wrong gauge wire quality control? I call it shoddy workmanship. And what about that plywood back there you're passing off as sheetrock?
You're a liar.
Yeah, come on, take a shot.
Hold it, just
You better
slow
get
down.
out of here. Well, you can, boy.
Now, wait 1 second, Mr. Middleton. You tell me something. Why would Steve lie about something like that?
Because he's a troublemaker, has been ever since he started work here.
Oh, really? Well, there's only one way to get to the bottom of this. Ariel, what we ought to do is just do a little investigation of our own. See if there is any justification to these
Sounds
charges.
good to me. Follow me and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Excuse me. Well, my samples should be arriving in New York. I need time today, so I should be hearing one way or the other very shortly.
Yes, I would think so.
Oh, if he likes my designs. Charles, if my fashions take off, then I have you to thank. But if he doesn't like my designs, well, at least I had the opportunity to show them off.
Delilah, I think you're going to get the account, and it's not going to be because of me. It's going to be because of you and your talent.
Well, it's useless unless you have a marketplace. But if this works out, Charles, I will give you all the credit. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. No, I'm not fine at all. Delilah, I got some very bad news a little while ago. My son Jamie was killed in South America. That I can handle. I was prepared for that. But he took Tina Roberts with him.
He killed Tina?
Yes.
Well, what about Cord?
Cord's all right. Cord's safe. He and Kate, thank God, are on their way back home.
Poor Tina.
Yeah. It's just so... Oh, it's just a tragedy.
Here you just let me go on, and why didn't you just tell me to shut up?
Oh, no, really, it's fine. It's okay. It was almost a relief. It let me think about something else except all of the things that Jamie's done. How I must have failed that boy.
No, Charles. You didn't fail him. He failed you.
He's my son, or he was.
But what happened? That wasn't your fault. You have to realize that.
I try to do that.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
No. I'll work my way through it by myself. Thank you, though. Really, I appreciate you asking.
And Cord and Kate, we're going to take the first flight out of Buenos Aires.
You sure Cord's okay?
Well, he said he was physically. He's kind of torn up about losing Tina.
Well, she was always captain of her own ship. I mean, she set a course that was destined for a violent end. I mean, I saw that in the cards a long time ago.
Hey, so don't you have any sympathy at all for the girl?
Well, I'm not happy she was killed, but at least she didn't take Cord over the falls with her. He's coming home alive and in one piece.
Yes, but he's also lost the baby.
Yeah, that would have been my first great-grandchild. I'll grieve for that. We all are. But Cord is young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. He's going to have kids someday. I just hope he finds a wife who deserves him.
Oh, you will wait a day or two before you tell him that, won't you?
I had no intention of telling that to Cord. I'm just expressing my honest opinions to you. A little late for it to be a little hypocritical, isn't it?
Well, I'm not having a lot of luck dealing with this myself, you know.
Oh, you're trying to find out when to tell Vicky, right? Want my opinion?
Shoot.
When she comes back from New York?
I don't know when that's going to be. And I don't want her to hear it from some stranger, from somebody else.
You're not going to tell her that you know that Tom Dennison's down in New York with her.
No, I don't think that's the time. This is the time to bring that up, Pa. I mean, the news about Tina is going to be enough of a shock. I don't want to add to her pain.
Say this, but Steve's right on all counts.
I don't understand any of this. Middleton is one of the best construction companies in Landview. And we got recommendations. We saw the work and it was all pretty good.
Well, this work is pretty bad. We're going to have to rewire this whole floor. That means knocking out most of the sheetrock. I hope the concrete is up to standard, because that would cost you an arm and a leg to replace that.
How could we have been so wrong about
I don't know. He did my last job, and he did it very well.
You know, these mistakes seem almost...
Almost what? Go on, say it.
Well, Pam, they seem like deliberate sabotage, not just errors in judgment.
Middleton! You gather your crew and your equipment. You get the hell off my property. And I promise you that any penny I have to pay to prepare your shoddy work, I am going to sue your company for.
Mrs. Buchanan.
And you can tell Mr. Buchanan that I hope he has an awful lot of work for all of you. Now get out.
All right, guys, let's get out of here. Pack it in. We're going home.
Harry, this all has to do with my ex-husband. The whole time he's been telling me how excited and pleased he is with this whole project, and all he's really trying to do is just bankrupt me.
If that's true, what's to prevent him from getting control of any contractor you hire to replace Middleton?
Nothing.
Well, wait a minute. He can't control me. I'll find you the people you need to do this job, and I'll do it under budget. You just say the word, and I'll start right away. I'll get you the crew you need, and I'll have them in here by tomorrow.
Okay, Capo, you're on.
Look, I know a lot of good unemployed independents out there. Let's put them to work.
Get the phone list, get on it, let's go. I'm gonna get this thing done and on time and on budget in spite of Asa Buchanan.
Oh, excuse me there.
Oh, hi.
Say, little lady. How's your day doing?
Well, I'd say it got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but it's evening out. I think we're gonna get everything done on time. How was yours?
It's been very interesting.
Did you call Vicky?
Yes,
Well, how did she take the news about Tina?
she wasn't in. She and Tom had checked out. They've gone to Europe.
Europe?
Judge Guernsey stopped by Ace's place. He received a letter from Vicky telling him to give me permanent custody of the kids and saying that she wants a divorce granted now. She doesn't want to wait 6 months. And she wants to marry Tom just as soon as she's free.
But is the judge going to grant the divorce?
He said he would. You see, she's got her memory back. And it's Tom Dennison that she wants to spend the rest of her life with.
Clint, I don't know what to say.
Say you're happy for me.
But you fought so hard to keep this marriage together.
I was a fool, Maria. I'm just sorry it took me so long to realize it, but there's only one true love in my life. Only one woman I really want to be with. And it's you.
Oh, Bucky.
I'm trying to reach Victoria Buchanan.
It's ringing now.
Hello? Who is it?
Who's calling?
This is Clint Buchanan, Dennison. Put my wife on the phone.
She's not here right now.
Where the hell is she?
Look, if there's a message, just let me know and I'll tell her you called.
I have to talk to her, Tom. It's important.
I'll tell her you called.
What the hell are you doing in my wife's room, taking her messages anyway? Who gave you that right?
In progress.
I'm so glad you're here. Oh. Glad to see you. Thank you for taking care of my impetuous daughter.
Well, we've been taking care of each other, ma'am.
Well, it looks so somber. What is it? What is it? Kate? What happened?
Mom, I have something to tell you.
What? It's about Jamie, isn't it?
Mom,
You found him in Buenos Aires.
Yes, ma'am, we found him.
And the police caught him, didn't they?
No, ma'am, that's not exactly what happened.
Well, what happened? Katie, what happened?
Mom. Jamie, Jamie's dead.
No. It's got to be somebody else.
No, Mom, it was Jamie. He's dead.
What's the matter, Dennison? Can't think of a clever excuse? Now, what the hell are you doing in Vicky's hotel room?
Son, give me the phone. I'll get a straight answer from Fuzzy.
Stay out of this, Paul. Let me handle it.
Clint, just leave a message and I'll make sure Vicky gets it, all right?
I got a message for you, Dennison. I'm not talking to anybody but my wife. And make no mistake about it, Vicky is still my wife.
She isn't here at the hotel.
Then where is she? Dennison, did you hear me? Tell me where I can reach my wife.
I'm sorry, Clint, but I can't do that.
Patience, Mr. Buchanan. Until we know the test results, there's absolutely no cause for alarm.
Look, Dr. Graham, do I have some sort of a brain tumor? Is that what it is?
Mrs. Buchanan, I'm not keeping anything from you. I simply can't give a diagnosis today.
But this waiting is unbearable.
You have been patient and considerate throughout the test. Just hold on a little longer, Mrs. Buchanan.
I don't know if I can. I really don't.
Just a few more hours, that's all. And finally we'll know the cause of your blackout and possibly even your amnesia.
A few more hours? Dr. Graham, quite honestly, I don't know what I'm more frightened of now. Not knowing or finally hearing the truth.
Polecat, put Vicky on the line and we'll
Fly down to New York and drag her home.
I heard your father's voice. Just tell him Vicky's in the hospital, will you?
The hospital? Why?
Well, therapy, of course. They wanted to run some more tests on her.
Fine. Tell me the name of the hospital. I'll reach her directly.
Clint, if you'll just give me a message, I'll see that she gets it.
All right, tell her there's some bad news. Vicky's sister, Tina, is dead.
Tina? The last we heard, she was in South America.
Yeah, that's right. Cord was there with her. And Jamie Saunders. Now, somehow or other, Jamie took Tina hostage. They were in a boat on some river, and Jamie was shot, and the boat went over a waterfall.
Clint, I'm sorry.
Just get the message to Vicky, if it's not too much to ask.
I'll try to break the news to her as gently as possible.
Yeah, you do that.
Son, you should let me handle it.
Yes, maybe I should have.
You know, as much as I dislike that man, he is not the only one to blame.
I know that. I know that. They didn't even take separate rooms. Tom and Vicky, for all their propriety, are shacked up in the same damn room.
Are those lace jalapenos? In the jungles near Iguazu Falls. Kate was the one who found them first. She tried to stop him. He just wouldn't listen to her. See, he was in a boat at this time, and he had taken a hostage.
Who? It was Tina.
Your wife?
I found them at the riverbank, but I let them get away. And, later we found out that Jamie was shot and he fell into the river and got lost in the rapids. And Tina was in the boat until,
God, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to make some sense out of this myself, but I just can't.
Max Holden took us into the jungle, and he took us to the cabin where Medina's men were.
We found Jamie's partner in all these drug dealings. His name was Dante Medina, and he was found shot dead.
Oh, my God. So, we split up, and we went to find Jamie and Tina, and I came across Jamie just as he was dragging Tina into the boat, and I yelled to him, and then I shot the gun out of his hand. And,
Kate, look, that's enough, all right? There's no need...
No, I'm not done. He was determined that he was gonna get away no matter what. He didn't care if he was gonna kill Tina or himself. And I warned him, I swore that I would stop him. But I couldn't pull the trigger.
What about Tina? What happened?
She was helpless. Her hands were tied, and she just floated down the current in the boat until she got to the edge of the waterfall.
God, I wish I could say something.
It was all my fault. I could have killed Jamie, Mom. I could have done it. But I believed that we could be a family again. I know it's stupid, but I thought we could be together again.
If I could just speak to Vicky herself. Find out what doctor she's... Larry.
Larry Wallach, what about him?
Why didn't I think of it before? She must have spoken to Larry before she went to New York.
You're right. He might have referred the therapist who's working with her in New York.
Yes, Kate and Cordy here, they told me. Charles mentioned the memorial. Yes, I know how you feel about those things, but no, I haven't changed. I'm your sister, but I think in this case the Sanders are right.
Cord, I would give anything to bring Tina and the baby back.
Kate, please, I can't deal with this right now. I will go crazy if I do.
I know how much it hurts. But because it's so painful, you really have to work through it.
I know.
I'll be here for you. Even if you just need me as a sounding board, I'll be that for you.
Thank you. Look, I better be going. I've got some things I need to do. First of all, I better stop by the hospital and see my mother.
You think she'll be up to it? Last time she was so weak when you saw her.
Yeah, well, weak or not, I'm gonna get the truth out of her. I need to find out why Tina went down to Buenos Aires.
I'd come with you.
No, look, you need to stay here with your mother. And I need to speak to my mother alone. Tina just didn't pick up with Max out of the blue. Something happened, and I need to find out why.
I'll be here if you need me.
Same goes for me, all right? Let me go say goodbye to your mother.
No, God, no. Please, it can't be true.
It is true, Mother. They say that he was shot and fell out of the boat.
Charles, then maybe Jamie swam to shore. He might have been rescued.
They searched the entire area, Mother. They didn't find a trace of him.
Well, then we should have some hope, shouldn't we? I mean, if they couldn't find Jamie.
You've got to face the facts, Mother. The police say that they believe he was swept over the falls.
But they don't know that. You don't know that. Maybe he's lying someplace hurt, needing us. He always needed my help.
Mother, you can't help him anymore. No one can help him anymore.
Please, no. Don't say he's dead.
I'm sorry. I am truly sorry. I believe he is. Mother, if he was still alive, we'd have heard something. They'd have found something. Look, at least the nightmare's over.
Charles, the boy needed help. He was confused. He needed love and guidance.
Don't you think I know that? Don't you know that my heart is breaking for my own son? Don't you think I wish he were here in this house? But he's not coming back, Mother. He's gone.
Oh, God. Ah. He was such a beautiful, beautiful boy. So bright and clever and always trying to please me with something he'd made or some other accomplishment.
Mother, let's look at it this way. His misery is over now. He's in God's hands. We have to believe that.
I know. I just wish I could have said goodbye.
I know. Suzanne, would you file this one for me, please?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Larry. Oh, I called, but I couldn't reach you.
Well, if you're worried about Maria's condition, don't. Another couple of days, she'll be fine.
Frankly, it's Vicky I'm worried about.
Ah. Come on in here. So have you heard anything from New York?
No, I was hoping you had.
Well, why should I?
You're her family physician. Larry, I assumed that you had referred her to the doctors in New York.
Well, I gave her names, yeah.
Well, what names? And more to the point, why did you send her to New York in the first place?
I thought Vicky made that clear, Clint. She needed intensive therapy to help restore her memory.
Oh, please, come on. Now, I have memorized that line, too, almost as well as you have.
What makes you think it's some kind of lie?
Larry, will you please come off it? Can I get a straight answer out of you? Why New York? Aren't there plenty of fine doctors right here in Landview?
Well, certainly, of course there are. It's just that Vicky needed extraordinary treatment, the kind that's best found in New York.
What kind of treatment?
Now, come on, Clint. I can't divulge that kind of information. It's confidential between patient and doctor.
I am asking a friend for some help. I'm not asking you to violate the Hippocratic Oath. I am simply trying to get at the truth.
All right, then you better talk to Vicky.
I have tried to talk to Vicky. The trouble is, I called the hotel room. Tom Dennison answered. Now, don't tell me you didn't know that she was going along with Tom to New York.
Well, I'm not surprised if that's what you mean. Look, Clint, she was very nervous about the therapy.
Oh.
And it's only logical that she want a friend to go along with her.
Ah, what about her husband? Don't you think he might like to go along with her, too? Isn't that a little logical? Especially when he got to break some bad news to her?
You mean about Tina? I hadn't thought of that.
All right. Would you break this code of silence and tell me what Vicky is really doing in New York?
Clint, there is nothing to tell. She's gone to New York for therapy.
Yeah, right. And I thought you, of all people, would tell me the truth.
Wait a minute, Clint, despite what it seems, she has gone to get the best possible medical help. She has not run away to be alone with Tom Dennis.
Give me the name of the doctor. Give me his number. Let me call him and explain Tina's death so he can at least be ready for Vicky's reaction.
I can't give you that kind of information.
No, of course you can't. Thanks, friend. You know, if you don't mind, I don't think I'll wait in here for Maria. I'll go out in the hall and wait. It's a little, close in here.
All right, that's better. That's what I want. Come on. It'll be all right, I promise.
Well, now we both know you can't promise me that. But you can give me your word on something.
What is it?
No one else must ever know about this. Larry, I beg of you, please. For my children's sake, this has to be our secret.
Vicky, that's one promise I wish I could break.
Try not to think about it. Tom, until Dr. Graham gets back with those test results, that's the only thing I can think about. Oh.
Vicky, before I left the hotel, Clint called.
What? He doesn't know the real reason I'm here in New York.
No, your secret is safe. He wasn't too crazy about hearing me answer your phone. I managed to evade his questions.
Thank God for that. And thank you. I really hate asking you to lie like this.
Well, I must say, I'm not crazy about keeping him in the dark, in as much as he had a good reason to want to talk to you.
Well, one good thing about finding out the test results is that I will be able to go back to Landview and tell Clint the truth, and there won't be any more lying, no more secrets.
Vicky, don't be so hard on yourself until you got the results. I mean, of course you didn't want to cause your children or Clint any unnecessary upset.
That's the only part of it, really. The truth is, I'm absolutely terrified. It was my fear, it was my not knowing what was wrong with me that stopped me from telling you anything.
Well, any minute you're going to know the results, and then you're not going to have to worry anymore.
Oh, God, I hope, I pray. Well, you said that he had a good reason for wanting to talk to me, so what is that?
Well, I don't really think now is the time to talk about it.
Why? What is it, the children? Is something wrong with the children?
No. The children are fine.
What is it, then? Please tell me.